And the South Korean anti-corruption agency has asked the country's acting president to order the presidential security team to allow the arrest of impeached leader Yoon Suk Yeol.
Yeah, it comes as thousands of protesters have shut down roads in the South Korean capital. Let's talk about it a bit more with Associate Professor at the ANU, Jae Song. Morning to you. South Korea really is in uncharted waters here, and it does beg the question, who's in charge?
At the moment, the second acting president, Sang-mok, who used to be the finance minister, is in charge of governing the country in chaos. We've seen the martial law declared just over a month ago. That was December the 3rd. And since then, what President Yoon has been doing is unconstitutional and unlawful. He resisted to face the investigation by the anti-corruption agency we've seen in the past week. The arrest warrant was issued by the court 6 days ago, and its deadline is tomorrow. But we've seen yesterday he was surrounded by the presidential security services. He's not coming out of his residence, and he's also sending letters to his far-right supporters outside his residency, calling for the protection from the arrest. So it's quite striking how similar this was what Trump did 4 years ago. We still remember the Capitol riots and Trump talking to his supporters. So it's quite striking what Yoon Suk Yeol is doing now is what President-elect Trump did in the US.
Very interesting. The Presidential Security Service is the ones that stopped the investigators trying to arrest the former president. Who do they work for?
The presidential services still work for President Yoon. He's still the president. We've seen that 200 security officers surrounding his residence while the anti-corruption investigators is entering the residence. There were 3 layers of protection. The investigators have gone through the 2 stages. The final stage was actually, 200 security officers surrounding the residence. The investigation was not able to enter and see the president. And this is a bit of cowardice behavior. At the last the press conference, President Yoon said he will face the investigation. He will do everything by rule of law. But what he's doing is actually to deny and delay the process of investigation. And also at the same time, we have a constitutional court has to rule the impeachment motion passed by the National Assembly. Now the Constitution has 8 justices approved by the acting president, Sang-mok. Since the last martial law was declared and it was failed, we've seen 2 impeachment, not just the President Yoon's impeachment, but the first acting president, former Prime Minister Duck-soo was also impeached. Now country is under this second acting president. We also seen a tragedy happening in South Korea just before New Year's Day. We had a terrible plane crash which killed 179 people there. So the country is facing a serious political vacuum and diplomatic front and the defense front as well. The South Koreans don't deserve this. I think they need to they deserve a peace of mind in this new year. And the anti-corruption agency has to push forward this arrest warrant. Otherwise, they will have to issue, but the court has issued a second warrant tomorrow.
OK. Jae Song, what are the potential movements over the next few days? Do you foresee there would be any increase in civil unrest?
Oh, it's quite possible because this is a weekend and President Yoon is directly talking to his far-right supporters outside, and he's been watching YouTube and this sort of extremist conservative YouTubers is also supporting President Yoon. And they can be violent because of the number of protests outside his residence, and it's up to 1,000 people. And on the other hand, there is peaceful protests against Yoon, who's in favor of Yoon's impeachment. So there can be a possible clash between the two, and there will be more police gathering, and the anti-corruption agency will try the current arrest warrant. If failed today or tomorrow, they will call for another arrest warrant. If not, they can also apply for the even harsh measure to indict him, and that will involve the police, not just the police, but the prosecutor should be involved in asking the president to face the investigation.
Troubling times ahead for South Korea. Associate Professor Jae Song, thank you.
Thank you.